No, I am definitely not excited to see Joker in the next Batman movie. No. I am so sick of seeing the Joker. Okay, so here's my thing with Batman movies. Joker, for one, is very overdone. I mean, in the last 10 years alone, not even stretching all the way back to Dark Knight, we've had four different live action Jokers, counting the cameo at the end of The Batman. You know, we had the Joker in Suicide Squad, we had the Joker's own solo movie, the Batman cameo, and then the Gotham TV show did a fake out Joker and then it did a real Joker. That's four Jokers in 10 years. Five if you go all the way back to Dark Knight and give us like 15 years. And that's the ones I'm immediately aware of. There's probably one I'm missing somewhere. I guess technically there's been one in Titans. It's only a cameo. He's only there very briefly and they never really show him. Did Batwoman ever introduce a Joker? It's just, it's too many. It's overexposure of Joker. And the way I like to look at it is this. You go all the way back to the 66 movie, and then you look at the 90s movies. We're going to divide these into four categories. 66, the movie itself, that's one. The 90s movies, Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, that's the 90s. Nolanverse, obviously, the trilogy. And then modern is so far just the Batman. If you look at specifically that, the original 66 movie that I believe was a bridge between the two seasons or in between season 2 and 3, I think that gave us Joker, Penguin, Riddler, and Catwoman. So if you look at that as like a foundation, really off the rails example. If you look at this as the foundation of it, Joker has appeared in all four different arcs. He was in Batman 66, he was in Batman, he was in The Dark Knight, and then it appears they're setting him up for Batman 2. But he at least got a cameo. The Riddler is in 3 of these. He was only skipped in the Nolanverse. Penguin is in 3 of these. He was only skipped in the Nolanverse. Catwoman is in all 4 because she was in Dark Knight Rises, of course, the Batman, and Batman Returns. I'm ready for something new. And honestly, I wish, as much as I did like the Batman, and it was cool to see the Riddler again, a different version of him, Jim Carrey based his performance off of Frank Gorshin. Frank Gorshin had to create his performance because the Riddler was a nobody at the time. It wasn't until the 90s series that Riddler actually became a foundational Batman villain in many eyes. I mean, he might have had some decent storylines in the comics before that, but like that was the moment for him in the movies or on the screen. So getting to see him again in live action, even though he was also in the Gotham show, was like, cool, we're actually going to see a different kind of take, something more inspired by the comics. Even though Gotham gave us a more inspired by the comics Riddler, this one gave us something different, which was still fine. I still liked it up until the point where he gets captured. Then the movie just kind of keeps going when it needs to be done. That part was kind of annoying. I think you could probably cut at least half an hour out of that movie and it would be fantastic. It's the fact that it's so stretched out and then it just kind of keeps going beyond when it stops that it kind of bugs me a little bit. But as much as I did still enjoy it, Batman just kind of keeps getting darker and darker. The Dark Knight trilogy was trying to be a very real, gritty version of the character. Ben Affleck's Batman is very much the bitter, I've given up, I've lost all hope kind of Batman. You know, we got the origin of it with Gotham that tried to stay very grounded and real with how it approached every character that came in there, including Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy. They tried to take very grounded approaches to both of them. And then the Batman is trying to be a year one story. No. I'm done with all that. I want weird Batman. I want crazy plant lady Poison Ivy again. I want Clayface. I want Man-Bat. I don't want Batman dealing with grounded villains because at this point it's just lazy. You can't come up with a new idea. You're just going to do the same thing again. Wow, we're coming back to Joker. I don't care if he's the iconic Batman villain. If you can't pull from his entire rogues gallery to put together a great villain and you have to go back to Joker, it's lazy. You can take any combination of Batman villains and create a trilogy out of it with whatever message you're wanting to get across. You can do that easily. I mean, even this trilogy can stay grounded and could put him up against Bane at the end again. We can do Professor Pig in there, and Zsasz could be a final boss if he's going to just continue to focus on serial killers. Any of it is possible. And you can take a D-list character. They could put him against Kite Man, and as long as it's well written, people will like it. It's not that, you chose a bad villain that made the movie terrible. It's the writing that it falls back on. Godzilla is a great example of this. The 98 movie didn't suck because they changed how Godzilla looked. It wasn't well written. The Godzilla cartoon that followed it was very well written, and people liked that, despite it being a different look for Godzilla. You can build a good movie off of anything. I mean, come on, Peacemaker was a nobody in the comics. Z-list on a good day. And now he's got like his own title because the movie Suicide Squad and then his own subsequent show made him cool. Just takes good writing and you can do anything with anybody. But I'm just tired of seeing the same old, same old. It's everybody looking at it going, how can I make my own dark interpretation of Batman? It's like, cool. Get crazy. Put Robin back in these movies. Why am I not getting Robin? I know they gave us Robin briefly in Titans, and that was cool. I like that. But I want to see him again in a movie. Batman's established. Robin's established. Don't go and explain nothing, and then throw him against someone like Clayface. Put him against Man-Bat. Let him be a detective, but let it also just be crazy. And let him fight in that Arkham style. That warehouse scene from Batman v Superman is still the best Batman thing I've ever seen in live action. Just that one scene. I want to see more of that. I want to see Robin doing it too. I want to see crazy moves. I want to see crazy villains. I don't want to just see someone going, okay, so now it's time for Batman. How am I going to put a twist on what has already been done? How am I going to make Joker slightly different from what has already been done? I just don't want to see it again. If Joker's in the next movie, I'm skipping the movie. I might eventually watch it because I am a Batman fan. I just don't care. I want to finally see something that's different. Something that is unique. We've had this version of Batman ever since Nolan launched Batman Begins. It's too long of the same thing. And for all the different versions of Batman that we've had, even in recent years, the Gotham series doing the build-up, Titans introducing Bruce Wayne, which I've frequently said I do like that version of Bruce Wayne. It is a little bit different. I'm okay with that. I don't think I could picture him actually wearing the bat suit. That feels a little weird. But I'm okay with him just being Bruce Wayne, who is definitely at that age of retirement. I'm fine with that. And it's a little different. And that's fine. We really can't sit here and look at something and go like, oh, it's, they changed too much. You've got so many versions of Batman out there, you need to start changing a lot. You need to do something that is wildly different. And going for a crazy, almost cartoony style isn't really going to hurt it. It's just something different to try. Actually, you don't even have to go cartoony. You can still keep that dark. It just probably feels like it would fit more in a weird world that like Suicide Squad has established. I feel like if James Gunn's in charge and he's deciding like what kind of Batman movie we get next, I feel like that is the Batman movie we're going to get next. I feel like he absolutely would be like, okay, we've done enough of this. We're going to lean into this more, and he's going to fight one of these crazy villains that we've never seen. I don't want to see another Joker. I don't want to see Riddler again. I don't want to see another Penguin. I feel like Catwoman is kind of solidified as an ally to him now, so you're kind of gonna have to. But just across the board, I'm just like I want something different. Begins was great because it gave us Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow, and that was cool. And then Dark Knight Rises gave us another go at Bane, and I'm like, cool. I want another go at Freeze. I want another go at Poison Ivy. I want to see some of the other stuff that's never gotten a chance. Just don't want Joker again.